With Kevin Weeks, life without Connor McDavid begins tonight for the Edmonton Oilers. Life with him wasn't great. Only 4 wins in 10 games. That adds extra pressure for the team to step up in his absence. Which players should be feeling the most pressure over the next 2 to 3 weeks?
Well, I think the player that's going to relish the opportunity with that pressure more than anybody on the roster is Leon Draisaitl. Leon Draisaitl, this is the moment. For me, this morning I had a chance to speak with the great Paul Coffey, the Oilers assistant coach and the Hockey Hall of Famer, one of the best defensemen ever played. And he said, he looked at Leon and he said, Leon, I'm excited because this is your time. And Leon Draisaitl's a league MVP. It's kind of similar to what we saw from Evgeny Malkin when Sidney Crosby at times has been out of the lineup for the Penguins. He's a Hall of Famer in his own right, Malkin. But you saw the way he would elevate his game when the team needed him most. And I think that's a similar situation in Edmonton. We have their game here in Nashville tonight. I look for Leon Draisaitl to push the pace offensively, take that lead. He's an elite player, having been a league MVP. He can generate offense himself. He's a very unselfish offensive player. That's who I'm looking for to rise for the Oilers right now in the absence of 97.
Okay,
I'm looking for Leon Draisaitl to elevate it.
Interesting the goalie doesn't pick the goalie. Stuart Skinner, meanwhile, is sporting a .351 goals against and an .872 save percentage. Kevin, you're the goalie whisperer. What would you be telling Skinner right now to try and snap him out of this early season slump?
Since I am the goalie whisperer, I would whisper to him, play your game. Play your game. You don't have to try to do anything else. Don't get out of your structure. Do what you do when you're successful. With that, his positioning's on point. He's a good first save goalie. He uses his size to his advantage. And he's not the most athletic goalie, but he has the ability to make some of those athletic rescue-type highlight saves when need be. That's the key to Stuart Skinner's games right there. And I would say this. I would start watching some of the video from his great performances at times in the Stanley Cup playoffs last year in the spring. We saw him steal some games for the Oilers. We know he's good enough to do that. That's what I would say to Stuart Skinner. Just play within the framework of your game because we know, and he can lean on that. It's really important for a goalie at any level, but especially a young goalie to be able to say, here's what I did in big competition. Here's what I did in Stanley Cup playoffs. And that's a good success memory kind of history. And if you can tap into that, I'm looking to see if he does tonight. They'll need it on the road here in Nashville. Bridgestone Arena is always a raucous environment, but they need Stu Skinner to start playing to his level consistently. And if and when he does, I think that'll coincide with the Oilers' turnaround and especially their penalty kill.
Okay, Weeksy, but how do you see this Edmonton Oilers team doing in the next 10 or so games without Connor McDavid?
That's the billion-dollar question up in Alberta, and I know because half of our family's out there. What I would say is if they get their penalty kill back on track, that stabilizes their game. And if Stu Skinner plays the way he can play, so I'm going to say right now, I'm going to guesstimate. That's what I'm not even estimate. I'm guesstimating. I'm saying they're going to go 6-4 in the potential upcoming 10 games without Connor. And they need to, because we saw what happened last year. They got off to a poor start. They had to rescue the season. They were 31st in the league, unfortunately. But they were able to turn it around and go all the way to Game 7 of the Cup final. But this year's a new year, and it's tough. As you know, you expend a lot of energy when you start off slow and you're trying to rescue games and rescue where you are in the standings. So I'm saying they're going to go 6-4, and I think that starts tonight with a good effort, which they're going to need here in Nashville because the atmosphere is bonkers. And the Predators are starting to play better themselves right now.
Okay, we'll see how life without Connor begins tonight. Puck drop is at 8 Eastern. Thanks for this.
Anytime. Thank you.